Asset Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Asset Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
When you or someone you know has been seriously injured and you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will fight for the justice you deserve in court to get the very best possible outcome. Trust the compassionate and hardworking attorneys at Liberty Law Group when you need an attorney in Nebraska or Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
If you're a farmer, you need to hear this game-changing news about crop insurance. It's now possible to protect up to 95% of your farm's revenue, not at the county level, but down to your individual fields. At Trados, we help farms design protection that works with their marketing plan, not in isolation. The key isn't buying another product. It's understanding how coverage, grain marketing, and your operation work together. As hail and wind rates continue to increase, now's the time to ask better questions. Call us today or visit gotrados.com to start protecting 95%. That's GOTREDAS.com. Trados, ingrained in your success.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
Welcome in, Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns, Morning Pierson-El. Joining as always, 10 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday. You guys are welcome to join in, 402-464-5685. And the Morning Pierson-El. I want to kind of continue off of where we left with Chris Raff. We got some NFL report cards, even though the owner said, no, you're not allowed to do that. The NFLPA, they didn't leak them, but somebody got them leaked eventually. And we have all 32 teams report cards on all these organizations. Your Raiders graded really well, I think, in the top 10.
Not too bad. We'll take it.
Yeah, I would have been surprised if you guys stunk it up on the report card. I mean, it's all brand new. You would hope to you'd have to really mess it up to have a low score. Have you looked at your Raiders report card yet?
I think it was an A. I seen it. I think A or B. I can't remember.
Overall, I don't know what the overall grade letter would be, but overall you got a 6. So I'm assuming you guys overall, I don't know what that'd be GPA wise, but you're probably looking around higher than a 3.6, 3.7 maybe. And you guys got pretty much A's across the board. The only things that stuck out, which is funny to me, are what do you think the letter grade for the offensive coordinator got?
F.
Offensive coordinator. Sorry, Mr. Kelly. Yeah, he got an F. Defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator C, which I mean that's fine, but when half of the team puts you in bad situations, I mean, he was still able to hold his own. So realistically, I mean, C plus B minus probably would have been fine, but I understand why they got a C.
Yep, C. Special teams coordinator?
C minus.
Yep. And then head coach, C plus. So not terribly surprising there. You guys pretty much ranked out really great. C plus for position coaches maybe stands out a little bit. I just thought the offensive coordinator getting an F really stinking up this card. Otherwise, you guys would have been in top 5 easily if it wasn't for that F in the report card. But everything else checks out as a place that's in a good direction. Treatment of families gets an A, and I feel like that's always an underrated one.
For sure.
Matters. Sure. Which team you want to hear about next? And we can do good teams, bad teams.
Let me hear the Browns. That's what I want to hear.
That's funny. 402-464-5685. You guys want your team read or just random team read? Go ahead and put it in. We did have a texter ask about him earlier, and it's pretty funny. We can get through it. Treatment of families, D minus. Home game field, B minus. Food and dining area, D plus. Nutritionists, dietitians, C plus. So not only the families get there, they don't get treated very well, and apparently your food is garbage because your food and dining area gets a D plus, and your nutritionist and dietitian gets a C plus. Locker room gets a F. Training room, C. Training staff, C plus. Position coaches, strength coaches, weight room, all in the B category there. Offensive coordinator, how do you think they did?
I would say D.
D plus. Defensive coordinator gets an A minus. Special teams coordinator gets a D. Team travel, D minus.
That's bad.
Yeah, I don't know if this is that bad. Head coach, C minus. General manager, C. Team ownership, C, for an overall rank of 30. Towards
out of 32 teams. Yeah.
Out of 32. Yeah. So at the very bottom there, you got an F on there. You got a lot of D's, a lot of C's. Not looking great there. One that's pretty interesting was Cincinnati Bengals. That's the other one I've been hearing a lot. The areas that they did worse in, I'll just kind of leave the coach, the locker room and the weight room and all that stuff was great. The position coaches and the coordinators, all A's and B's. The head coach gets an A minus. Where they fall apart though? Treatment of families, F minus. Home game field, D minus. Food and dining area, F minus. Nutritionist, dietitian, F. So bad food, bad treatment of families, bad nutrition. Team travel gets a C minus, and team ownership, D plus. General manager, C. So they had 3 Fs on the report card. That really.
Where are they at overall?
28.
That's still better than the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns just had no saving qualities. Like it was just across the board bad, outside of a few Bs. At least with the Bengals, like they have a lot of A's in there to kind of bolster up, but 3 Fs is still not great. Then you get a D plus for team ownership is not surprising, but not things you want to hear. You want to do the Jets next?
We can do the Jets.
Vocal. Johnson's been vocal about not wanting this stuff out here, so it's only fair we leave it live on the airwaves. New York Jets, how they graded out. I don't know why. Team ownership, you got to B. General manager, A minus. Head coach, A. Team travel, B plus. Special teams coordinator, A. Defensive coordinator, B plus. Offensive coordinator, B minus. Position coaches, strength coaches, training room, locker room, weight, all that stuff. A's and B's. The only place they did bad in was home game field, F minus. Otherwise, they're ranked 18 overall. Nothing great, nothing bad.
So a pretty solid environment. I mean, of course, there's definitely places to improve in and everything like that. But I mean, you see, I think one of they traded a player today, if I'm not mistaken. Their DN, I think got traded today. They're in a rebuild. So I mean, it's you're right there in New York. I mean, it's a lot to get into trouble there. So it's I don't know.
Yeah, and Jets, they agreed to send defensive end Jermaine Johnson to the Titans for defensive tackle Devondre Sweat.
What? So I mean, they're you know, they got a lot of draft capital. So I think definitely how they do this year and next year definitely depends on how long the staff is there or whatnot. Hopefully the owner gives them enough time, but I mean he's already itching and saying things, so we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a little bit surprised by the ownership and all that being as high, but to your point, they do have some pros there. Just no one's been able to put it together, but they didn't rank out too bad, and they're trying to make some moves. We'll do my Chicago Bears quickly, just selfishly, because they're sitting actually okay. 13th overall. Your Raiders were 6th overall. The only bad spots for my team were defensive coordinator got a C+, which I was surprised by. C on home game field. I'm surprised to see. I thought they might go worse. Soldier Field gets beat up pretty often. Treatment of families gets a C+. Otherwise, all A's, B's. Pretty good there for an A+. I just want to get to the F minuses because I mean, if you have an F minus,
have an F minus.
Yeah, we got some of those. Dead last. Do you know who dead last is?
I'll probably say the Titans.
No, it's more surprising. We'll do second to dead last, and then we'll do dead last next and see if you can guess. Arizona Cardinals, 31st overall. They have an F minus for their locker room. They also have an F for team ownership. C minus food dining area. And those are the real sinkers. But it's just a lot of, D plus for the weight room and D plus for their training room as well. Not good across the board. Their highest letter grade is a B plus. No ways. That last, the team that does
Can you
not,
give me a division? North, South, East, West. AFC, NFC.
It's going to be AFC.
Miami.
They're ranked number 1. Miami Dolphins are ranked number 1.
Yeah, shocking. AFC. Ooh.
Go north.
Indianapolis.
Nope.
Pittsburgh.
Nope.
Okay, then I don't know.
Oh, wait, sorry. Pittsburgh. Yeah. No. Yeah, you got it right. Sorry. Pittsburgh. Dead last. That one surprised me. I did not think the Pittsburgh Steelers were as bad as they were. You were in the NFL. I was not. Maybe you can take a guess. Has that always been the case for Pittsburgh? Just not known as being a great.
I don't know. I mean, I've been to their stadium, and I think I like their stadium. Their fans are very, very active. When they played that song, the stadium erupts. Food afterwise, I mean, I guess bringing in maybe, but I mean, Mike Tomlin, he's been successful for 18 plus years, so that's hard to say. That's hard to believe that they're last. When they've been successful.
Oh, here's their letter grades, and it is bad. Treatment of families gets an F. Home game field, F minus. F minus for the locker room. C for training room, a C for their defensive coordinator. What do you think the head coach got?
A C plus?
A, and he's fired. So not great there. Team travel, F.
He wasn't fired, he resigned.
Or he resigned, but
that's not fired.
I don't know. Do you think like he really resigned, or do you think they said, "Hey, resign"?
Probably a little bit of both. I know some other things that is coming out of that camp and everything like that. That some stuff that's not being talked about. So I mean,
if he resigned, then like totally respected. I felt like maybe he got pushed out, but I could be wrong.
Probably no. I absolutely think more so pushed out.
Okay. Well, either way, he got an A. General manager C plus, team ownership D minus, team travel was an F, which I was surprised Pittsburgh had an F for team travel as well. Just kind of surprised they were at the bottom of the barrel, and then the Miami Dolphins. Apparently they just got it figured out because I feel like last year they were towards the top as well.
Their facility is nice. Like they have a nice facility. It's, I mean, you're playing out there in Florida. You can get a number of different healthy foods in and out, different backgrounds of stuff and everything like that. So they can spice things up a lot.
I'll just give you the B's because it's all A's on everything. B for their head coach, B for their special teams coordinator, B plus for treatment of families. Otherwise, it's A's across the board with an A plus in their weight room, strength coaches. And those are their A pluses. But I mean, just a stellar report card. That's a 4.0 student, Miami Dolphins.
Crazy.
Surprised me when you go through some of these teams, like you're not surprised by it. When you look at the Browns and you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, like these are stories we've heard of, the quote unquote horror stories. But then like teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers surprised me. And then the Dolphins being as good as they are really surprises me. I'm glad that we got these again. Do you think this is a necessary, or do you like when these get leaked, or do you think the NFL will eventually get its way where these things are just official?
They'll definitely get their way with stuff and everything like that. But again, I feel like it should be out there necessarily because I mean it's people involved and the players that are that they get feedback from, or people that the NFL have sent out to kind of see and grade, on those things or whatnot. But I definitely believe that they're trying to get, more so keeping things in-house and whatnot. So I don't know how much longer we will see these or get these or whatnot, but I think it's definitely interesting to share it.
So these weren't public. They're not supposed to be public. It got leaked. Was it beforehand? Like, would the players still get to see him even if it wasn't out to the public?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, players will.
So, but if you're like, say, a free agent, I guess it was as soon as you're a free agent.
That doesn't. I mean, you don't really look at that grade, ask for anything or whatnot. Like, I mean,
Okay.
it's definitely smaller on the ladder. I mean, you look at, I mean, they're paying you. So one, of course, you're looking at how much a team is paying you. So regardless of even if it is a terrible, locker room or whatever, it's like, man, I'm still getting paid. And then secondly, like plan wise and everything like that, do you have a chance to contribute? So I don't think guys factor in where their organization has scored on, or get a grade letter on stuff like this.
Why do you think there's such a push for the NFL owners then to push back and try to get this stuff? No,
Because it creates something to talk about, and it's more unwanted questions about stuff.
Yeah,
it's more of an annoyance that they don't want to answer questions to stuff necessarily that other people aren't or don't have or that aren't like involved in or in the building or whatnot.
fair enough. I think you hit it right there. I think it's fair though to have these be public because some of these stadiums and these teams are funded pretty heavily by the taxpayers, or at least that's how they got their stadium. Like it comes through taxpayers' money. So I think it's fair to have these be to the public because some of these, people are actually paying for it and they're not ownership of the team, but hey, in some shape or form, they end up paying for it through taxes. And if you're paying taxes and you got all F's, like if you're looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers report card, and I don't know, I think theirs is pretty much all paid for. I don't know if they're taking taxes still off it, but if they were, and it's like F's across the board, you're like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, I don't want to keep paying you guys if this is going to be the result. But it is, I think, fair to have it to the public. We'll see. It must be pretty easy to leak, though. So even though the NFL owners got their way in the ruling, I won't be surprised if next year
it's the same thing that happens.
We get these report cards again. It took them like no time at all to get these. These were made, voted on. It came official to the players, and then it was like, oh yeah, you're someone in the room with today's technology. Just good luck, and especially something as minor as that. They're not going to go for a manhunt and go chase that guy down. Most
absolutely
likely.
not. I mean, they're trying to get deals worked out, especially right now. To evaluate players and to get free agency signings and everything like that, because I mean it's right around the corner. So I mean, once kind of the draft takes place and everything like that, they sign free agents, and then that changes how people draft or whatnot. So there, that like I said, that's small on the totem pole.
Speaking of that, some of those decisions to make. The Raiders, this one keeps picking up heat, and now it's maybe moving towards the needle that he stays with the Raiders. Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
How are you seeing that one shaking out? Because now I'm hearing more that there's a good chance maybe he stays loyal with the new direction that they're taking.
Again, I mean, smokescreen. So it's hard to believe anything, honestly. I mean, we've seen AJ Brown drafted on draft night. I mean, traded on draft night.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like they're like they can say one thing and that's fine and dandy, but again, somebody can say something and then 15, 20 minutes later, you know, a deal gets thrown around and players and more conversation and everything like that, and stuff happens. So I mean, it's good to hear it. But I mean, we'll see, you know, how this holds up first night of the draft or throughout the draft process.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can get to a little bit of that before we get to the second segment here, since we got about 5 minutes left here. There are some pretty big free agency names that I want to get to. Daniel Jones for the Colts, and then Tua Tagovailoa. Or excuse me, he wouldn't be free. He's already off their team. Daniel Jones for the Colts. We'll start with him. Then we can get to the Dolphins.
Okay.
Is there a home that would be willing to take a gamble and pay him on, because I don't know if he'd probably want more than a 1-year deal, but is there any team out there that you think is willing to gamble on Daniel Jones?
There will be some teams, you know, again, I mean, we'll see what the Cardinals do with Kyler Murray. You know, if Kyler Murray's not there and everything like that, do you think a Sean McVay type of coach can work with Daniel Jones? Absolutely. So I mean, it just depends on what's situational, but it's hard to say what that's going to be. You know, Kirk Cousins got $100 million with the torn Achilles, and he didn't necessarily have the same season that Daniel Jones, you know, had and everything like that. So to say, I don't think it can happen. I mean, I think it's more highly unlikely for something like that to happen. But do I think some team will, you know, invest and kind of check in on the situation? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's still some of those names out there that I want to see fit, because I do think Daniel Jones is a risk, because he played same thing with the Giants. He's been awesome, and then down the stretch, injuries, things fall apart for him. Wait and see. The Dolphins situation is interesting because they're offering to $52 million in cash to go play somewhere else in 2026 to make that work and get him off their paperwork and just go ahead and pay him the money. Is there a home for Tua that you see someone taking the gamble on?
That one,
because Miami's desperately trying to get out of it.
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint, but I mean, there's still need. I mean, if he can go, depending on what happens with Mac Jones, you know, and if that's something, I mean, I don't know. I could see the 49ers make that happen if the Dolphins continue to pay his salary.
Yeah,
you know, and if I'm Tua, if that's what's going to happen and everything like that, I mean, it's like, okay, you'll go to those one of those type of situations, like that. I don't think Minnesota makes a move on that. Like that's just they're in the same shit, you know, the injury prone type guys, and kind of you don't necessarily know what you're getting. So we'll see with that. I mean, you can see him in Green Bay as a backup type person, but again, I mean, same shit. You know, Love is a guy that from time to time, you know, does run into the injury bug. I mean, he's done it for you know, the past couple years. So where a starting position place? No, absolutely. And I think Miami will have to eat, you know, paying him to not be on the roster anywhere he goes. He's going to be a backup somewhere. Now, where's that? I have no clue.
Yeah, and that's why they're putting up the $52 million cash if they can go ahead and get it done. So it's like, we'll take you off our roster, and we understand what we're asking here. So to make it work, that's how they're going about it. I don't know. I don't see a good starting home for him. I think there's just a lot of risks there. And I'll be surprised if Miami's going to do a lot to try to get him off. But if he ends up a Dolphin still, like my jaw's not going to hit the floor. 3 more quarterbacks, and we can talk about them real quickly before we throw it to break. Different tiers, but Jimmy Garoppolo, Aaron Rodgers, Malik Willis. Which of those is most likely to get that next starting spot?
Malik. It's not close. I think he's probably the hottest quarterback on the market right now. He's shown that he can step up and play in tough games. He showed that he can be a leader, and he's young. The other two guys have a lot of mileage on them, and you don't really you kind of know what you're getting, and it's kind of a patch and play. But Malik can definitely has that Sam Darnold to where if we get him and he works, we can have our guy.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think that's a clear answer. Jimmy G, his last stint with the Raiders is kind of where I fell off of the wagon. That I don't know if he still has it anymore. And then Aaron Rodgers, as great as he was, he's put together now a few seasons where it has been awful, and certainly the Steelers weren't doing him a ton of favors all the time. But it's not maybe the same. It is not the same Aaron Rodgers that we've seen in the past. So
it's still good enough though. It can get the job done.
It can. You got to have the right team to hook your wagon to it, and I just don't know if I see a wagon that would work with Aaron Rodgers this year, unless I'm missing a team who can plug and play a quarterback who's good enough to go make a serious run. But you're still taking some pretty big gambles there because Aaron Rodgers, even if he has it,
I'm Atlanta, like Stefanski. What you got a good defense, you got a good young defense, you got a weak conference. You had
on the show though.
Huh?
You don't want Cousins run the show?
They're gonna cut it. They're gonna cut Cousins.
You think? Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm that again, and if you want, I forget the quarterback that they drafted out of Washington. If you want him to fully blossom and everything like that, look who sat behind Aaron Rodgers and look what they've done at the places he's been at and everything like that. So, if you're a win now and you got Kyle Pitts on the year and whatnot, why not bring somebody who elevates, the offensive side? And he's shown he can do that.
This is driving me crazy because he's playing against Bo Nix. Michael Penix Jr. Yeah.
Yes.
I had to look at it. It was driving me
nuts.
I couldn't
think of his name. Yes.
I can think of him.
If I'm Atlanta, a 1-year deal, same thing kind of that he got with Pittsburgh. Yeah. And you'll see. But that he gives you a chance on the offensive side to be elite.
Yeah, I'm with you there. With that being said, we'll definitely throw it to break. We'll keep following NFL free agency as that one falls through. But we're going to go back to the grades that we did for the NFL. And I'm going to use it for Husker football. And I'm going to ask you, give the letter grades out for Husker football using that exact same grading format with a little bit of tongue-in-cheek on some of those subjects we won't be able to get into fully. But don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour. Harrison Arns, good morning, Pierson-El. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations. Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today. At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. ZWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street, online at doubleeagle.golf.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for $199 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1007055. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 6,800 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from the Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in, Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns, 1 to 2's DeMornay Pierson-El streaming in. You guys can always join in 402-464-5685, and you can even join us as we go through these letter grades. We had the NFL Players Association report cards, but I kind of want to use the same report card with the exception of a few of these for Nebraska Huskers. And I have DeMornay here, and obviously some of these things have changed, but we'll start with the first one, treatment of families. If you're going to give Nebraska football letter grade, what would you give the treatment of families?
I'll give it B.
I feel like they're pretty good there. That from the outside looking in, I'd say a B or even a higher. I wouldn't disagree. Home game field. And we'll go this year. Yeah, I mean, brand new. So, and the stadium's also electric. Food and dining area, it's got to be A+, right? The training table,
for sure. I mean, they just got brand new. Yeah, it's maybe 2 or 3 other universities that might be able to either compete with it or be better or better.
I agree wholeheartedly. Nutritionists and dietitians, and you can use a little bit of your time for this as well.
I think the stuff that they had, the availability and the people that they have around to help, I think it's definitely unmatched. And I know how it was when I was there, so I know that they're definitely going to keep things in tip top shape with that.
Have you been able to go and see the new training table?
I have not.
Oh man, I get. Tell you what, you get steaks every day. We just had Rhea Liko. She's on the women's tennis team, and they're talking about training table and what's your favorite thing? And they're like, yeah, I just get a steak every day. Just like you get a steak, you tell them they cook it right in front of you, medium rare. Like, come on, like that's incredible. So shout out to them. Like it's a cool thing. It's a huge selling point. And it certainly brings in those transfer portal athletes and the recruits all together because who doesn't want that kind of luxury? Locker room, A plus. I mean, it's brand new.
I've seen the new locker room. I'll go B plus.
What's your gripe?
It's nice and it's shiny and everything like that, but I feel like their lockers are probably a little bit smaller than what they used to be at the old stadium. But that's just me. That's just me personally, and I'm just nitpicking. But I mean, the locker room set up and everything like that. I guess everybody's a little bit more together. The old locker room was a lot bigger and people were a lot more spread out. So I'm gonna go B plus.
Okay, fair enough. I've never been inside it. It looks nice on social media, so that's why I say A. And it's just new.
The walk up is kind of a ramp and everything like that. It's new and improved. Like I said, me personally, I'll go B plus.
Fair enough. Training room, probably A. Yeah,
A.
We got a lot of neat toys in there as well.
Yeah.
Training staff.
I'll give them an A.
Okay. And for some of these, I'm going to use your time for obvious ones. Weight room.
A plus.
Yeah. Strength coaches.
I'll go B.
Okay. Now this is where it gets a little bit tougher, and we'll grade these off of this year that we just had with Husker football. Position coaches. What would you give their grade?
Holistically, or like the offensive side or defensive side?
Holistically, position coaches. Wide receivers coach, linebackers coach, all that.
I'll go C plus.
Okay.
That's for every high you got, you got to remember the lows and everything like that. But the C plus is definitely favored because of the other positions that was definitely carrying the team. So I'll give C plus.
I think I'll go with the C plus. We got some new faces, so that tells me it probably wasn't B plus or an A. Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't make those changes. Which fair enough. Offensive coordinator, kind of a tough one.
I'll go B minus.
Okay, why B minus?
Because your starting quarterback got hurt.
Yep.
Last, so he wasn't able to finish things. But as far as keeping the game in control, getting the players, the ball and everything like that, having a plan of attack, and some of the stuff that I've heard, kind of what the issues was. I can't put all of the blame on him. So was there room for improvement? Yes. Things have been done better and everything like that? Yes. But as far as game plans, I felt like he did his best job necessarily to keep us in games, and it was harder for the later in the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him above average, like C plus B minus. It's I'm right between there. He had to deal with a lot, and when you unravel this football team more and more and more, it's hard to just like say, Dana Holgorsen, you weren't calling the right plays. At some point, people got to execute. Whether that's blocking, whether that's the quarterback getting the ball out of his hand quicker, whether, that's the wide receivers doing a better job blocking, or just the wide receivers getting open. Mm-hmm. So the quarterback doesn't have to hold on to the ball as long. So the linemen don't have to block as long. I mean, it was all tied together. It was kind of a blach of like pick out the mess here. And it's kind of hard to when you have
with what he had to deal with and everything like that, for us to still have an All-American running back and everything like that. Your quarterback numbers were definitely on par for things or whatnot. Completion percentage and all of that. Like I said, I definitely think he's hitting the mark. Now, can we be closer to the center of the mark? Yes.
I think a lot of the other faces around him got to help out with that. Listen, I'm not going to start pointing fingers because, again, I think there's a lot of things. But to your point, you kind of stole it right from me. I mean, he produced an All-American first team. Him and Love. We've been screaming about that forever at Nebraska. Like, we can't have a back. We used to be running back you. we had greats back to back, especially in the 90s and then the 80s, and forgot about it. And I know the season ended in a way that puts salt in your wounds, but we've been begging for a guy like Emmett Johnson forever. So congratulations to him, and also good luck to him in the NFL. So I think Holgorsen gets a lot of credit for that. He talked about it, that was going to be a point of emphasis before the season started, and he committed to it, and he followed through with it, and it produced an All-American. So I think you're right there. You know what? That'll move me up to a B-, because I think that was a lot more problem.
My thing is just Holgorsen wasn't here with Grant, was he? Or he was, right?
I don't think so. No.
No, I think that might have been Satterfield for sure. Yeah. But okay, I mean, they learned from not using your workhorse, because I think Grant definitely when he was there, they should have been using him a lot more. And I understand he may have had the fumble stuff and it was out there or whatever, but you couldn't get once he got going, it was hard stopping him.
Yeah, because I think what Dana Holgorsen got here was kind of the Dante Dowdle show with not so much Ramir Johnson, but Emmett Johnson kind of just fell off the radar.
They paid him to come in here and they were getting their money's worth. I get it.
Yeah. It was good to see Emmett Johnson, though, get his play. And I credit Satterfield a lot for that. So that's the offensive coordinator. I think we're pretty close there. Defensive coordinator, and again, grading John Butler. He's not here anymore. He also had a mountain, I think, to fight himself.
I'll probably I'm between C and C-.
I was gonna go C.
I'm between C and C-. Scheme wise and everything like that, I think they were fine. Execution wise, again, he can't get out there for guys that they were in the right place at the right time. Sometimes dudes were just losing their one-on-one battle. That's not on him. You have a young defensive line that the back half had to do a lot. Your safety is making a lot of tackles, and as I said, if your safety is making a lot of tackles, that's not good. So like I said, I know between C and C-.
Yeah, I'm gonna go C because the position coaches, I think we both line around C for them as well. You gave C+ because there was a few standouts that did a really good job, but you're kind of in charge of those guys for your defense on those defensive special position coaches to make sure that those guys are ready. Also, you can't coach for them, and it was a tough job. There's a lot of moving parts in there. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel horrible about it. I'm gonna go with C. Special teams coordinator, also no longer here.
A.
Yeah, A. Not much to say on that one.
A.
Dumpster fire of the special teams room, and we got that thing back and functioning the way it used to be for the longest time, certainly under Bo Pelini, and then fell off and came back, and Tom Osborne had a lot of respect in special teams as well. Team travel.
I would say B+.
Really?
I mean, you get on the bus. I mean, if you're leaving the stadium and everything like that, you're gonna have great snacks. They changed it up a lot and everything like that. I mean, escorts everywhere. We typically got to the away stadiums fast and whatnot. Feel like there isn't much to. You can nitpick about, maybe food on the airplane or something like that, but they're getting Gatorades, they're getting snacks. They're you're flying comfortable.
What's stopping them from going to A? I was thinking A+.
I mean, nitpicking about some stuff sometimes. Sometimes there's you go into certain places and everything like that holds up with things. If it's an old plane or new plane, sometimes it's not the same plane that you always get on all the time. And I know I remember it was a few times, it wasn't necessarily our same plane, and seats were a little bit different. Sometimes you get, the first class seats all the way around and everything like that. Again, nitpicking.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just curious. I just assumed A because I know they get to fly out of Lincoln, which is a huge deal for them.
They usually, going through security and everything like that. That's usually quick. So that's not bad. You drop your bags off, the dog sniffing and everything like that. You pick it up and go. It's not anything terrible. I mean, I would say leaving Lincoln is probably worse than once we kind of get. I would say once away games too, because I mean sometimes you sit on the bus and wait for the lines to go down. So that would be again nitpicking stuff.
Fair enough. I was just thinking more like location too, the things you can't control. Nebraska's in a very advantageous spot, which helps travel. being able to be in the middle of the country.
I'll go B+. Then, yeah, I mean, especially with going to East and West Coast now, yeah.
Yeah, because East to West Coast is insane. That you're going to have to go play on the West Coast.
Rutgers going all the way out to California, I would be mad.
Yeah, and then back to Ohio State, and then back to, well, no, I should be fair. They're usually the way they schedule it is you're going to have your USC and Illinois
set relatively close.
Yeah, if you have both, where you're going to play
or home and away, that way.
Yes. So that, or I'd have to look back. I don't know if they've had them like back to back, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. They don't schedule. They understand it's a gauntlet trying to get those games together, but doesn't always work out for Rutgers. Luckily in Nebraska, you're in the middle. Even if it doesn't work out, the consequences aren't as severe as a unfortunate travel schedule where it would be for USC, UCLA, or any of the West Coast, East Coast schools. Take your pick. It's nice to be in the middle sometimes. That being said, a few more to get to, then we'll go to break. We have the head coach, the general manager, and team ownership. And actually, I think what we should do is save those for the last 3-5 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour. Harrison Arns, the morning Pierson-El. We'll grade those next right here at 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. Husker Nation, your perfect softball plan is here. With the flexible Husker Softball on Deck deal, you choose the action. For just $38, pick any 4 games plus 1 from the can't-miss Iowa series. Build your own schedule, catch your favorite matchups, and cheer on the Huskers your way all season long. But don't wait, these mini plans won't last. Visit huskers.com/tickets and make your own mini plan today. Go Big Red.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All these with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in. Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. Finishing up with some Nebraska football letter grades. We ended up with 3 more categories before we get out of here. The final 3, general manager, team ownership, and the head coach. And general manager, we'll say that's Pat Stewart. Team ownership, I don't know, board of regents, we'll debate what that means. Head coach, let's start with the head coach. Probably the toughest one on here. What's the grade?
I'm going to go B. Because I'm going between B and B minus. I really want to say B minus.
Why you stuck between there?
Holistically, I mean, I think energy and passion and everything like that. I mean, he says the right things and whatnot. Of course, you know, some things happen in later in the season, so that might be why I say B. But still, you still gotta have, you know, your guys there and whatnot. I like them. Like I don't really have, you know, much negative to say, but I mean. We just fell short, and I mean that's on him. You know you made changes. You went, you know, different ways with things and everything like that. But you also just months ago, you know, the months before and everything like that. I mean, you hired a guy that was in the building and everything like that. And then, you know, I understand it's a performance league or whatnot. Yeah, I'm gonna go B minus.
Okay, I'm B minus as well. Listen, back-to-back bowl games, it stunk because the way it ended, and we've talked about that a million times.
Like he's definitely done a lot more than, you know, than you know some of the more recent coaches and everything like that. He's definitely, you know, been more consistent. That's for sure. And I'm not trying to hold, you know, that against him or anything like that. He's done some good stuff. Now it's just, you know, taking things to the next level.
Yeah, it's not fair to use previous staffs as an excuse, but at the same time, at least my own realization was this football program was in bigger point of jeopardy than maybe people even realize. Like, yes, money and facilities keeping the place going and the lights on and the money tunnel still flowing, but yeah, take the Bill Moose with a grain of salt. I don't know. I think there's definitely partial truth in a lot of it, maybe entirely true, maybe just a little bit of it. But one thing that stuck out that I do 100% believe, a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and then maybe
for sure
more messier to get results, not because you don't know what you want to do, but because you're trying to convince other people all the time. of your vision. And if you got to explain yourself every 10 times, well, it's every day, that's annoying.
I mean, another thing that's crazy, or you can even look at, I mean, when you let, your AD do his job and everything like that, just look at what Troy
Danon,
Trev Alvarez have done at Texas A&M. When you don't have a lot of hands in the cookie jar and everything like that. And I'm not saying that that's what was happening here and everything like that, but I mean, he's definitely in his short time at being, with A&M and everything like that. I definitely feel like he's brought more money in value to that university. And just imagine necessarily if Trev was allowed to really do what he kind of wanted to do here, what things could have been or where they would have been at.
It's worth the case study. Like, why did Trev Alberts leave? Because, again, there's a lot of things in here that made total sense for him to stay here, but he chose to leave anyways. I'm not saying he's right or wrong for it, but it's a good case study. Like, why? And I don't know if we'll ever know the full whys to it, but at least worth thinking about. Final two. General Manager Pat Stewart.
I'm going to give him a B.
Okay. And then last one.
He has a job to evaluate and make things, bring people in and push things. And you don't really see too many negative. I think with the time of him being here, with them being able to retain a lot of kids 2 years in a row, shows that, he's listening. He has a good pulse on the team and everything like that. He's hearing things out. He's making moves. He's going out and getting people. He's paying, the right amount to what people he believe their value is. And I think that shows a lot. And I don't think a lot of people are actually talking how significantly that is.
Yeah, I was going to go probably B minus. I think having retention on players in football is really, really hard.
You don't hear any negative stories from players.
No. We haven't seen a ton of chaos here. So you're seeing that we're getting it, at the very least, good people. Do you want some big performances? You look at a guy like Rocco Spindler. I think he certainly helped out this year. So we've hit pretty good on making some of these acquisitions.
A lot of players, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm good with that. Team ownership. I don't know what you'd call this. The Board of Regents. Is it us? Because
I'm gonna go AD. I'm gonna go AD. I'm gonna say okay. AD. I'm not even bringing in the Board of Regents into this because if that's the case, it ain't gonna be good. But I think again, I'll go B plus. He's been an advocate. He's jumped in. He's grabbed the reins. He's done. I believe, above and beyond with bringing in resources, with being available to players. I've definitely met him a few times on the sideline. He's known who I was. And I've talked to him and his assistants multiple times on things and everything like that on the sideline. He's a very easygoing guy. He'll sit there and talk to you. And I think that carries a lot of weight. He cares a lot about the university, and I think he goes above and beyond within his limitations to get more, to do more, and to bring a lot more in.
I'm gonna give him an A. I really do think he's been one of the best fits here so far, and hopefully we don't have a Trev Albert situation 2.0 because I'd like him to stay at least for everything I've seen right now. And like just football alone, I think you got to remember he came in in the middle of the reconstruction of Memorial Stadium, and he had to deal with all that. That was. That's a lot to walk into, the massive project, and also finishing up the universities, all their new facilities. You getting the new turf on the football field. So for football, I think he's done a good job coming in, having a bunch of projects that are already in the middle of happening and having to get his reins on it. And outside of football, I just hear a lot of good things. I know he really respects the wrestling program. He's been pretty open about Peter Colbelt's been open, the tennis men's coach, about how he's been really good with him, like not taking anything away from tennis despite renovations and some of these other spots. I've only heard good things, so I'm going to go ahead and give him the A. I'm not in the building, but I haven't heard anything bad about him either. So with that being said, good morning, Pierson-El. We'll let you go. We'll talk to you again next week, Monday. But for now, we got late night in Lincoln with Nick Wyman. He'll talk to you in a little bit. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Hop into Zollner Florida Beatrice for Truck Month. Check out 0% financing with approved credit on all F-150s excluding Raptor. Or save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 SDX and XLT models in stock. Check out many service specials as well. $20 rebate on the Works package or up to $50 off new brakes and rotors. Maverick, Ranger, Super Duty, F-150 or Bronco.